Hi, Ryan, and welcome to the Cognitive Recalibration podcast. As always, I'm your host, Sravan. We've got Tarun here with us.
Hello.
We're back for our annual Christmas episode, and because last year's was so popular and fun,
Was it actually popular?
it was actually pretty popular for a Christmas episode. It was actually pretty popular. We've got our guests back, Bhaskar and Kireeti. Welcome back. So we're going to do the same deal that we always do every year, which is we've all got a movie each. We're going to talk about each of them one by one. Let's try to time box our discussions this time to maybe 10 to 15 minutes per person. Again, we've got a Christmas-themed movie that we've got each. And this time we actually have a bit of a scoring system in terms of how Christmassy a movie is, because I think we did debate this last time, what actually makes a Christmas movie.
Right. Yes, I remember that one.
So yeah, I'll bring that up and I can go through the rules in a second. So we'll start with Bhaskar and
Home Alone 2.
Electric Boogaloo. It's actually, they could actually name it that, it would work.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing Home Alone 2. That would be one though. But the film that I chose to review this time was The Polar Express.
Yes.
So that was going to be that was a long time coming. I actually thought we had reviewed that, but when I checked the list that you sent through, we missed it. So
no, we haven't.
We haven't done it yet. That's really cool. Going really fast through the Christmas movie test.
Yes.
Okay, so Christmas centrality test. Would the story fall apart if Christmas was removed from the plot of Polar Express?
Yeah.
Yes, more or less. It's kind of surrounded around the the Christmas time, set in literally the day before Christmas. So that's pretty much essential. Christmas themes. Does the movie explore themes traditionally? Yeah, it's pretty central. It literally has cameos from all the Christmas characters, essentially. Most of them, the central characters. So Santa
2
Claus.
points.
Santa Claus is in there. Yep, 2 points.
So that's already 4 so far.
So yeah, Christmas aesthetic. Does the film consistently use Christmas iconography, setting, music, or atmosphere? All of them. Yeah. Pretty much. It's like a fantasy Christmas film that's set in the North Pole.
It's like fully based on Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think you can lose any points.
It's not like a movie. I think it's going to be full points.
It's not a movie that happens to be at Christmas. The movie is just about Christmas.
Yeah. It's like, it's at before Christmas,
if it loses any
at
points,
Christmas, and then after
surprised.
Christmas. It's like right there. And then the Christmas... I misread this the first time you
Cultural
said
appropriation.
No. It's a Christmas message test. I read it
I
as
was
a
looking at the
Christmas
next
massage
one.
test. I was like, all right, that's a theme. At its heart, does the film deliver a message aligned with the Christmas spirit? So yeah, clear Christmas message: kindness, compassion, friendship. All these themes are there. So that's 1 point. Cultural adoption test: has the movie become part of the audience holiday tradition? Yeah, I think that's going to be part of what I'll dive into. Maybe not during release, but past release, absolutely.
I think it's now known as like one of the creepiest movies ever.
Yeah. No,
I don't think people have gone back to watch that movie.
Like the Uncanny Valley of it is like a huge
that's
thing.
what it's become famous for. Like
Yeah.
Uncanny Valley.
I don't know if it's a movie that people watch every Christmas.
They do show it in like theaters.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you know, but like year around, they always show around Christmas time. They show like a bunch of Christmas movies.
And this is one of them.
This one that always comes up.
Yeah.
It's actually done better in the re-releases than its box office opening.
Yeah.
So, and finally, the holiday release, test of intent. So, was the movie released during Christmas? Yeah, November of 2004. So that was a pretty key time for the Christmas release. We got a full 8 out of 8. So that's full steam ahead.
Definitive.
Pun intended. So, The Polar Express, released 2004, Christmas time. This was quite an interesting period in terms of box office releases because we also had The Incredibles come out in that same Christmas time, about 1 week before. National Treasure came out in the same Christmas period. The sequel to Bridget Jones' Diary, a host of other films. The Saw came out, but in terms of children's Christmas movies, this was kind of in its own field. There wasn't another fully animated or kind of cartoon animated Christmas film that came out during this time. But kind of looking into the box office success, made 20 million in the first week opening, then about like 5 million every week after that. Internationally, did about the same as domestically in the US. So roll up, it cost 300 to 400 million to produce. Robert Zemeckis.
That's expensive.
Quite expensive. It hadn't been
only made 20 million.
No, 20 million on box office opening.
Okay.
And then it recuperated roughly about 125 mil domestically after the whole season, 125 mil as well internationally. So all up,
So it still made a
250 mil.
loss.
Still made a loss. The Los Angeles
Jesus.
Times called it like the 2024's biggest fiasco. They called it that, but they didn't wait until the year after. So the year after, it made something like sold 9 million DVDs, and then the year after that, it sold even more like VHS DVDs. Once it got released on Blu-ray, went even more crazy. It's one of those weird stories where it got more popular as time went on, so it became a cult classic.
Like The Room.
Kind of, but Christmassy.
What a comparison.
Yeah. Far more popular after than it's
Yeah, or like The Shawshank Redemption, but like it was also
It's just
another
not as good as The Room.
box office like failure.
I thought you were going to say Shawshank Redemption, but okay.
Have we done Shawshank Redemption? So, but yeah, coming back to the actual theme of the movie. So we've all seen Polar Express, right? In some
Not
form or other.
recently.
I watched
but
it in 2004, I think. That was it.
I've seen it. Tom Hanks plays like
The
6
conductor.
different
Pretty
roles or
much,
something. He
he-
plays every character.
Oh,
in
You look
the
at the
that's
opening
movie.
right.
credits, it's all Tom Hanks kind of plays it.
No, the
Which
main kid is creepy as hell.
the main kid
Yeah.
doesn't even have a name; it's just called Hero Boy. So that's actually, I'm not even joking. It's called Hero Boy. But yeah, no, Tom Hanks plays the main motion capture, and the way that came about was Robert Zemeckis. Actually, Rob Reiner was going to produce the movie. Once he found out that what the story was actually about, like kids going on a train to the North Pole, he's like, "This is impossible. You're not going to make it on live action. No way this is happening within like less than $1 billion of budget." So that's when Rob Zemeckis was kind of brought on, and they started talking about like different ways they could achieve this film. They actually were going to go down the full cartoon route or the full Pixar animation route, but they decided to do something different. They discussed the idea with Sony Imageworks, Sony Pictures Imageworks, which was a visual effects studio at the time, and they decided why not do something kind of a like mix of CGI, motion capture performance. Back then, motion capture wasn't a thing really. It was kind of evolving parallel to what the Lord of the Rings was doing with Smeagol, and that was a lot of animation artists working on the motion capture. This was trying to do motion capture using full mocap, like LED suits. So that's what they ended up doing. And then Rob Zemeckis was just like, well, now that we have this technology, anyone can act as anything. Like you could have an adult man acting as a child, as Santa Claus, or as even the reindeer. So they were going a little bit crazy with it. So that's why Tom Hanks ended up being pretty much most of the cast.
So, did an adult act as a kid?
Yeah. So Tom Hanks did the facial animations for the kid.
Oh, really?
He did the,
Oh, he did the kid as well.
he did the kid. He
Oh,
did
yo.
he did the kid. He
It's
did
like a one-man
the train
story.
conductor was the main Tom Hanks
Yeah.
character, but he also did Santa
Santa Claus as well, yeah.
He did some of the side characters as well. The Ghost of Christmas, the guy who ends up on top of the train and is like a bit of a ghosty character. He does that obviously as well. But they did actually hire child actors to do the references and also the voices for the kids. So they hired all the kids had their own voice actors. That was full fine. But it was a very interesting production. There was obviously mixed reviews, so it's one of those split down the middle. People either love it as a traditional Christmas film, or people kind of can't get past the uncanny valley of it.
Yeah.
Which even now, when you watch it, you see why it hasn't aged as well. And I think Hollywood has had a struggle with the uncanny valley, even right up until like 20 years after Polar Express was released. The whole Mandalorian. Luke coming in back, Mark Hamill coming back as a Luke, as a CGI version of a younger Luke. That was also very uncanny valley. So we're struggling with it 20 years later. Getting better, I think. But yeah, diving into the actual story of the Polar Express. So if you haven't seen it, spoilers, but it's been 20 years. So yeah, based off of the book of Chris Van Allsburg. So this was actually a picture book that was very light on narrative. It wasn't really heavy on story elements. Same author that did Jumanji and Zathura. So he wrote this picture book, wonderful picture book for kids, very centrally Christmas themed. Focuses around a boy who essentially is starting to lose his belief on Santa Claus, essentially. So he's having a bit of a faith of crisis, but he's like a 10-year-old boy. So one night he wakes up the night before Christmas and a train just kind of comes right in front of his house. And he gets invited on board. Like this train is here to pick him up specifically. So the narrative is this kid is hesitant, but he gets on the train. He doesn't really know what to believe. Apparently the train's going to the North Pole and he's going to meet Santa Claus. Apparently, but he doesn't really have faith. So the progression of the whole story is him meeting a whole bunch of other kids. Some of them, from different backgrounds. One of these kids is like a really, really he's like a little kid who doesn't have much, and he doesn't believe in Santa because he's never actually celebrated Christmas before. So the skepticism is a bit different with some kids than others. Other kids are like, oh, I can't wait to meet Santa. I'm so excited every year. You know, I always get presents. So yeah, different kind of kids and levels of skepticism. But the movie actually progresses quite quickly after the train gets moving. There's all these kind of sequences of like, you know, the central kind of pivoting moving vehicle is the train, obviously. And the train is kind of like a device in the plot as a ability to show different kind of story elements and how to take advantage of this whole CGI world. There are moments in this film where there's like a one-shot track scene where it will just leave the train for like 5 minutes and will go down valleys, go over waterfalls, just following like a golden ticket that one of the kids let go. And then it finally finds its way back to the train. So it's like a very edge of your seat movie at times where you kind of at the front end of a roller coaster, like a 3D experience. And this comes back to the whole IMAX performance. This film did exceptionally well in IMAX because of this scene, because of this choice of like sequences. But you'd have these action-packed sequences kind of put in place of like strong narrative elements where the kids will kind of bond together, or, you know, the main kid will try and find another kid because they got them in trouble. They'll end up on top of the train and they meet all these new characters, and finally they come to a resolution point. Kid ends up in the front of the train in the engine, and by that time you kind of realize, okay, this story is revolving around one or two children, where there's like a primary gang of kids. They make it halfway to the North Pole, and then all hell breaks loose. There's like challenges. The brakes don't work for the train. The engineers try and stop the train, and it just keeps going faster and faster and faster. And then it just so happens at that point, the kids just happen to be at the front of the steam engine, like on the railing. And they're trying to scream to the engineer, "Can you slow down? It's going too fast." And then the conductor's like, "Nope, it's too late. We're about to go above this ridge, and it's the tallest ridge in all of the world, so just be careful." And then the camera just pans like slowly behind the shoulder of one of the kids, and it's just like a 3D roller coaster moment where it just chugs right down the incline at like full speed ahead. A lot of these adrenaline pumping moments. Eventually, once all the action is kind of resolved, they make it to the North Pole, and this is where you kind of have that crescendo of the character resolution. The kid is about to see Santa Claus come out of the doors. He can't really believe it. And at the same time, he's having trouble experiencing the same experience as the other kids. All the other kids are like, "Do you hear the bells? Do you hear the elves?" and that kind of stuff. And this kid's like, "I can't hear the bells. Like, what's happening?" He can't hear what's going on. And then there's a kind of a moment where he just pinches himself and is like, "All right, I want to believe, and I do believe," picks up a bell, rings it, and he can finally hear the bell ringing. And that's the moment for this kid when he's like, okay, he finally believes, and the bell is like an allegory of that. So nice, beautiful kind of arc. He ends up meeting Santa Claus, and, you know, Santa speaks to him directly and recognizes him as like, all right, first gift of Christmas is going to go to this kid. So he puts him aside, gives him the bell as a gift. And all the iconography is very reminiscent of what we knew of like Christmas or what we've read in books. So looks like they've done a lot of work around meeting the imagery and making sure everything is like nice and friendly. It is a kids movie at the end of the day. So yeah, all in all, the character resolution is done really well. The end lesson is like, you know, to be humble, you know, trust in friends, and also it's a family movie, so they have all these kind of messages about like be together, celebrate, and obviously it's promoting the faith of like, you know, the Christmas spirit. So it's really nice. It's a nice holiday film. Technically speaking, it was quite impressive at the time. I didn't see it in theaters. I know one of my brothers, like Bharadwaj, saw it in theaters when it came out. And as a, I think, 8-year-old, he was, enthralled. It was kind of very immersive. And at that point, you're not really looking at like, technical problems or what CGI is not fully
I think back then it was good. I feel like back then everyone was like, this is pretty...
I don't think we watched it in theaters.
I watched it I didn't watch it in theaters, but I watched it fairly soon after it was released.
Yeah.
I think because like just like burnt DVD or something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
But like I feel like there was hype around this movie. I think later on, people realize it's like, it's really weird. But like, I feel like at the time, everyone.
For a kid, it's probably amazing.
Yeah, when I was watching it, like what I would have been like 2004 was like year 6 or something for me. I'm pretty sure my reaction was like, "This is pretty cool."
Yeah.
But what I've realized by going through this review is I don't think I've seen it since then, so I actually don't remember much of the story.
I don't remember the
Yeah,
end.
I
remember
don't-
that ending.
Yeah.
I remember the ending,
Yeah.
and I remember that Tom Hanks is the conductor and Santa Claus. That's all I can kind of remember.
Yeah. The ending is, well, he just wakes up in his bed. It's kind of the train's going back home, and he gets off the train back home. All the kids get dropped off.
Yeah.
But he kind of wakes up and he's doubtful. Was this just a dream or not? And then he ends up coming down, and they open up all the gifts, and
And
one
the
of
bells
the
in
gifts
there.
he gets is the bell.
Yeah.
I
it's got a
kind of
letter
want to
from
watch
Santa
this now.
I would recommend
like
watch
it.
it. I recommend watch it, and I just make this one like recommendation: watch it and put on headphones because the sound design is amazing. Because it's a CG film, they had to make all the sounds, right? They
What's
put a
it
lot
on?
of
Is
attention.
it on any streaming service?
No, it's not on any. Oh, it's on HBO, I think. Yeah,
Oh, HBO Max.
HBO Max. Yeah, they was on Netflix. They took
wait
it off.
3 months and then
So
it'll be on
wait.
Netflix.
It'll be on.
Or whoever's going to take this over.
Yeah, but no. All in all, I think I
Oh,
personally
you guys
liked
need to
it.
talk about that. I
The
feel
HBO.
at some point
Oh,
in
yeah.
the podcast.
Oh,
It
yeah,
hasn't
no,
been
that-
finalized
Well,
yet. I
yeah,
think.
Paramount might be buying it. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Like,
Paramount
who
has
knows?
put in a
Yeah.
takeover bid, so we don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, but the Paramount takeover bid's not as much, right?
No. Paramount takeover bits more.
It's
Is it?
massive.
That,
Okay.
So it's back door. Netflix was front door, and
Yeah,
then
but then,
Paramount,
like-
they're buying out the shareholders in the back.
Right.
Yeah, but I think everything has, as in like Netflix has an ability to respond, right? So that was-
Yeah,
which
but
is-
Netflix is a company. This
Who's
is
the bigger
very much
company?
derailing Raw Bhaskar. Yeah,
There's much needed.
Speaking about
I
derailing.
need to. I need to find out where I'm going to watch this on
No,
streaming.
Yeah.
it's right on topic. The train gets derailed all the time in this movie. Like, it
Yeah.
actually does get derailed. Like,
There's more time off the rails than on the rails.
yeah, no, it's spinning on
Yeah.
ice and shit. So
Netflix as a
yeah.
company doesn't have much money. They're in a lot of debt, so their bid is always going to be lower than Paramount's. If
Really? Is
Paramount goes,
bigger than Netflix.
yeah,
Oh shit,
that's
Yeah.
interesting.
really?
yeah,
I wonder
Who's
how many
Paramount owned
people
by?
at home are going to believe me when we say that Netflix used to be a company that used to mail DVDs to your house.
yeah.
Yeah.
To summarize,
What would
great
you give it out of 10?
out of 10. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Just for nostalgia, I think it makes up for all the technical deficiencies. That's a personal one, though. I know people in my own family have very differing views of Polar Express. So
Who hates it?
I think, look, I think me, Bhargav and Bharadwaj, we all like it. I think Bhargav finds it a little bit more, uncanny valley than us. But like when we now watch it
I
with
wanna
like
watch it
roasted
again, man.
glasses, I think
I haven't
it's good.
seen it for a long time. I
Oh,
should
yeah,
watch
Yeah, I
it.
haven't seen it since 2004.
The memory
Yeah.
I have of it is I just thought it was a little bit boring.
Yeah.
I just thought nothing much really happens.
Yeah.
So,
I
but
was watching it while I was eating chicken. That's genuinely my memory, and it was pretty good time. I was eating
was the
chicken.
chicken
wings.
good or was the movie good?
Both.
Chicken kujit, yeah. Well, yeah, it actually
Chicken
came out again in
gumya.
IMAX 2015.
Oh, okay.
So I took
Yeah.
my brothers to see it, and it was much better second time around watching it, like in theaters properly.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's a proper theater experience. If it does come out in theaters anywhere near you, I recommend go and watch it in theaters. It is a like cinema movie,
Yeah.
and you know what, they made everything in a room as big as this, like a 10-foot by 10-foot grid. They did all the mocap in like a stage that big, so
It's
it's
filmed in a
hilarious.
Yeah.
Everything, all the
Classic filmed in a closet.
more
movie.
Mr.
mocap.
Sunday movie says.
Yeah.
It looks like
yeah.
it's filmed in a closet.
Go watch it. 2 thumbs up, 2 carrot thumbs up. So yeah, go for it.
Cool.
Good shit. I'm actually going to put it on my list to watch.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch it.
I might
Totally.
watch it.
It's
Yeah,
going to be, I think it's going to be an interesting watch regardless. So.
Yeah. Who's next? You're next?
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
go next. I didn't have many choices on what to watch because I was at sea and they only had like
Literally.
20 movies.
Literally.
Oh, is it?
Sailing,
20
sailing the
Yeah,
seven
they
seas.
only had 20 movies. But luckily it is Christmas time, so they did have some Christmas movies. And luckily I did watch Polar Express, which was the only other Christmas movie on there. I watched Miracle on 34th Street, the
Nice.
original release in 1947,
Ooh,
What
Jeez.
the fuck?
47. Yeah. World War
directed
II.
by George Seaton.
Is this famous?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
so
is.
this might be the oldest movie I've ever watched as well.
Did you watch It's a Wonderful Life? I think that's
I haven't
old.
seen that. No.
I think that's older than this, which is also black and white.
What's
Yeah.
that other movie that's like, is really, really long?
Gone with the Wind. I've never
Gone
seen
with the
it.
Wind. What year is that? That's also really old, isn't it?
That's before. Oh,
That's before all these, no?
I think it's before these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Casablanca was around this time as well.
Yeah.
1945,
I haven't seen
46. Yeah.
Any of
Yeah.
those.
Didn't
so,
Gone with the
yeah.
Wind get cancelled for some like like representation of
Yeah,
black
it's
people or
got
something.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
All
Like a lot of those things.
yeah.
Yeah.
This movie
Fantasia.
doesn't have any non-white people in it.
Ah,
Yeah.
'cause, yeah, it's post World War II and set in New York still. This one.
Set in New York.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is like a classic Christmas movie that people still watch
Fuck, set in New
to
York.
this day.
I got to watch that too then.
They remade it, didn't they?
They
It was
remade
like-
it. Apparently, the remake's not that good.
Yeah. It's got the girl from Matilda.
Mara Wilson.
Yeah.
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 It's set in New York. It's very Christmassy. I could go through the listing again. What is it?
Now go through the plot first.
Plot,
and
and
then
then
go
we
through
could
this.
we could do that.
Mhm.
Yep.
I reckon.
Then we
It's-
can make a judgment as well
Yeah.
based on the plot.
I was dreading this movie. How long do you guys
Is it
think
black
this
and white?
movie was? Yeah, it's black and white, full
Oh.
black and white.
1947. I'd say 2 hours.
It's only an hour and a half. I was
that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Mhm.
dreading it. I thought it would be a super drag, but it actually moves at quite a clip for a movie of that era.
Nice.
It is this movie's like, I feel like it's a start of Hallmark movies because it's got a lot of brand placement and stuff like that. So it's based around
I've never seen a whole
this
lot of it.
mother and child who the mother works at Macy's,
Mhm.
which was a big department store in
Still is.
New
Yeah.
York. Yep. And there's other department stores, but Macy's forms a big part of this movie because she is running the parade. It starts with the parade,
Oh,
and
yeah.
the Santa Claus that she hired is drunk. But then happens to just be the actual real Santa Claus just walking the streets, like the dude, the actual dude. The actual dude. The movie starts with him walking up to this shop and he knocks on the door and the guy's like placing Christmas decorations and he's like, "You're doing it wrong. Dancer's at the front and Prancer's nose is too small." And the guy's like, "Yeah, sure, mate." And just closes the door on him.
He's not in costume, is he? He's like wearing a trench coat and
He's
like
like wearing a trench coat.
He's
and-
like he's incognito, but he's like
Yeah.
Have you seen this?
No. I've seen the remake, but it's like similar kind of
Oh, okay.
concepts.
Has anyone seen this?
Not this
No,
version.
But I
no.
feel like
Yeah.
I know this name. That's why I was like,
Yeah.
wait, what is
Yeah,
it?
I've seen snippets of it.
So he essentially fills in as Santa Claus for the
So why
for
is
the
he
parade.
roaming the streets of New York?
He just
He's
is.
drunk as
He
well.
just is. Don't ask questions. He just
Everyone's
is.
He's homeless.
So he fills in for Santa Claus and then he does a good job. So they hire him to be the Santa Claus at the Macy's store as well. So the mum, her daughter, is watching the Macy's parade in some random man's house in their apartment building.
The Macy's parade is the parade, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
yeah,
the big one.
the big
Yeah.
one.
That is-
So it starts on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So it starts on Thanksgiving and then
Okay.
the parade's at Thanksgiving. So
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So the daughter's watching the parade from a window in a random man's house, and she goes home and she's like, "Where's my daughter?" And she's like, "He's in this guy's house." Don't ask why. She just is. And then later the guy's like, "I want to get close to you so I can get close to your mother." So that's a thing that's happening in this movie.
It's a subplot.
They kept that in the
Yes.
remake. in the 90s
Hell
remake,
yeah.
it was still there.
I
What was the guy's name again? The Mr.
can't remember.
It's like some handsome
Yeah.
dude, like
Yeah.
a lawyer. Like he's like
He's
a
the
big shot.
lawyer.
Yeah.
Which becomes important later in the plot. But anyway, the Santa Claus is in Macy's and he's the Santa Claus and they come around and sit on his lap and ask for toys. But the difference between him and the other Santa Clauses is he lets if they ask for a toy, he'll be like, "Don't get it at Macy's, get it here because it's actually cheaper here. It's better quality." So he's working at Macy's, but he tells them to go to other stores. And you think this might be controversial, but then some of the parents go up to the owner and they're like, "The Santa Claus is telling us to go to other stores because it's cheaper. We like his he's being genuine
honesty.
around this time.
Mm.
So we're going to shop more at Macy's now." And then
Yeah, that makes sense.
But he just told you that it's cheaper somewhere else.
He just told you that you're being ripped off by
I
this company.
respect your
It's like-
advice, and I'm going to actively disagree with it.
So then Macy, Henry Macy, I think his name is the guy that owns this, who may have produced this movie. He's like, "This Santa Claus is great. We're going to keep him." So they hire him. But then the mother, she doesn't believe in Christmas and she doesn't believe in Santa Claus. And this guy, they bring the daughter to the Santa Claus and this guy is starting to make her daughter believe in Santa Claus. She doesn't like that. So she gets him psychologically evaluated.
What?
Yeah, because he thinks he's Santa Claus. Well, he says he's Santa Claus and she doesn't believe in Santa Claus. So, and she doesn't want her daughter believing in Santa Claus.
I've now realised I'm so confused by the amount of characters you've introduced, but I want you to keep going and not explain it.
Yeah.
I might
But
figure it out by the end.
You'll get it by the end.
All I know is
Anyway.
there's a drunk Santa Claus, there's 2 other Santa Claus, one is a real Santa
Yeah.
Claus.
Now the
Yeah.
drunk Santa Claus
Drunk
is
Santa
like
Claus is gone.
is like a
He's
temporary
out.
character.
He's
but
out,
they,
yeah.
they fire him
Yeah.
because he's too drunk and they get the real one to
Yeah.
to,
Okay,
to
okay,
do the
yeah,
actual
yeah.
Macy's Day Parade. But
Um,
the lady is
Wait,
in
man,
charge.
I
of
said
all
no
things.
explanation.
No, I want to explain it now. It's like-
So he gets a psych evaluation and he passes. He passes the psych evaluation, but he still thinks he's Santa Claus. And then he ends up living with the lawyer. So he lives with the lawyer because the lawyer wants the daughter to believe in Santa Claus for some reason. Because it's Christmas time. He wants her to believe. She's like 6 years old. He wants her to have Christmas spirit. So he lives with the lawyer. But
How hard is it to get someone to believe in Santa Claus? It's like 6 years old. Like, you don't need to convince them that much.
yeah,
But I think, is she portrayed as
she's
like
portrayed
intelligent?
as like mature for her age, essentially. Yeah.
Like she's very
7.
bookish and like
Yeah.
she's very like skeptical already. But like
Okay.
yeah, it does he believe in Santa Claus? The lawyer?
The lawyer does.
He's like
believe
he's
in
still
Santa
like
Claus.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
The
Yeah, no,
lawyer-
he's like full Christian, like
Yeah.
you know,
Oh, he needs
conservative.
the psych
yeah,
evaluation.
he's like
okay.
Yeah. So anyway, they got this stuff happens. There's this other kid. There's this
Sure.
other kid that works there. That's a janitor, and he is. Okay, I'll go to the subplot. But essentially, the guy that's giving Santa Claus the psych evaluation gives this guy psych sessions, and he says I think he calls him a psychopath because he does nice things. And he's like, oh, people only do nice things if they've done something bad in their life beforehand. So you're a psychopath.
Compensating for something?
Yeah, essentially. And Santa Claus doesn't like that. So he goes back to the guy that gives the psych evaluations at Macy's, and he like hits him on the head.
Santa Claus hits him on the head.
Santa Claus hits him on the head.
I
Yes.
I don't
Yeah.
grasp the mood of this movie.
And then essentially, because of that,
like
he's sent to a
soft or
mental
like
hospital.
like
No,
an
no,
actual-
he knocks him out.
It knocks him out.
With an
okay.
umbrella. Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck?
He knocks
is
him
going
out
on?
with an umbrella. And because of that, he gets sent to a mental hospital.
Okay.
And
Wait.
then this time he gets another psych
With the
evaluation.
guy with the brain injury?
No, Santa Claus.
Oh,
Santa Claus is
Santa
sent to the
Claus.
mental.
Chris Kringle.
Yeah, his
What
name's
the-
Chris Kringle. Yeah.
Oh my
Oh, his actually
God.
name's Chris Kringle.
Yeah. So he gets sent to the mental hospital and they do another psych evaluation on him. But this time he fails on purpose because he's starting to lose faith in everyone's faith in Christmas.
Mm.
So now he's in the hospital and the lawyer guy comes to see him because he believes in Santa Claus and he gets his faith back, but now he's stuck in hospital. So what do they have to do? They have to put him on trial. So
in the Supreme Court or
they
something,
put him
right?
on trial in the Supreme Court
Wow,
to prove
yeah.
that he's actually Santa Claus. So the psych guy from Macy's is saying that he's crazy because he believes he's Santa Claus, and the lawyer is defending him because he believes he's Santa Claus. So the rest of the movie is him defending Santa Claus and to make people believe he's Santa Claus. How do you think it happens?
Bruh. I
Court
don't,
Brings a
Courtroom.
reindeer in.
I don't know what the fuck is going on.
I know how it happens. I'm not
I
going
don't
to spoil it.
understand. This movie took such a U-turn.
Yeah,
I thought the
from
kid-
the first half to the second half, the stuff changed.
Yeah.
Also, the kid tells her to tell Santa Claus what she wants for Christmas.
Yeah.
And Santa Claus promises that he'll get it for her. What do you think she wants?
A baby brother.
She wants a house.
She wants a house.
She wants a
What
house.
kind of a kid asks for a house?
She wants a house. Yeah.
Oh my
she's
God.
So
mature
only
for
small
her
things.
age.
She's into New York
Mature.
real estate,
She's,
obviously. so-
she's a real estate mogul. She wants
Yeah.
property. She wants to
Jeez.
invest early into property. Side plot, Santa Claus is trying to get the lawyer and the mum together because together they'll have enough equity to buy a house.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
No equity. So the bank will give him a loan.
Yeah. So they need to
Oh,
get
God.
together so they can buy the house
Oh
for
my
the
God.
kid.
Oh, so that's how he's trying to get the daughter the gift
Yes.
by getting them
I thought he was
together.
Yeah.
actually, but if he's actual Santa Claus,
No,
can't
so
he just-
but he's actual Santa Claus, but people come and he's like, "Oh, you get this. This is in stock in this store, so you go get it from there." He's not buying people stuff. He's just telling people where to get it from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he can't
But-
do any magic or anything. Well,
But also,
Not
he
with
apparently
presents.
rides reindeers. And
Okay.
at the end of this movie, she's like, "Oh, you want to come over for Christmas Eve dinner?" It's like, "Sorry, busy." She's like, "Oh, sorry, I forgot. I forgot.
you're Santa Claus.
Also, do they actually believe by the end?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, wait. You didn't
But-
explain. Like,
but-
so
okay, so
in
he's-
the court case.
Yeah, so
Bhaskar more invested in this story.
the court case.
Yeah.
The court case, they have to prove that he's Santa Claus, the one and only Santa Claus.
Yeah.
At the time, Chris is getting very sad. So the daughter writes
Who's
him a
Chris?
letter.
The Santa Claus.
Santa Claus,
Yeah.
yeah. So the daughter writes him a letter to make him feel happy. And she writes it and addresses it to the courthouse. She says, Santa Claus Courthouse. And the guys in the mailroom get the letter. It's like, take a load of this. This girl wrote a letter to Santa Claus in the courthouse. And they're like, oh, we get 1 million of these letters every year. Why don't we just send them all to the courthouse? So all the letters that the kids send to Santa Claus, they send them all to the courthouse. And then the lawyer's like, oh, we've got irrefutable evidence that this is Santa Claus. And then he's like, oh, the US Postal Service is a very good postal service. They don't make any mistakes. And if they send someone a letter, it means that person is real and that is verified.
Yeah.
And he's like, I've got 3 letters here that were sent to Chris at the courthouse. So this proves he's Santa Claus. And they're like, 3 letters isn't enough. He's like, I've got more, but I don't know if you want it. And he's like, no, I want all the evidence on my desk right now. And then he's like, fine, if you want. And then they open the doors and they bring in like 80 sacks of letters and they drop it on the judge's desk. And he's like, fine, I guess this guy's Santa Claus now. It's like he rules him Santa Claus. He goes back to work at Macy's.
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus is working. Santa Claus is working at Macy's.
The judge declares that he's Santa Claus.
The judge declares he's Santa Claus.
The judge is the one to declare this crap.
The judge declares he's Santa Claus.
But
and then
doesn't he have other things to do? Like
no,
Santa
he works
Claus?
at Macy's between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
When you first started introducing this movie, I was like, I might actually watch this too. Now I don't want to watch this.
And then
This is a
that's
hard
basically
sell.
the end. And then the only thing is the daughter comes to the Christmas tree and she opens up all her presents and she's like, no, there's no house.
Yeah,
I
no
want my
shit, man. It
house.
can't fit under the
And she's
Christmas
like, this guy's not Santa Claus. He hasn't given me the house. And he's like, sorry, I tried really hard. Couldn't get you the house. And she's very sad. But then the mum's like, sometimes if you don't believe in something and it doesn't happen true the first time, you just got to keep believing and then eventually it will happen. So she keeps believing for the next 25 minutes. And
They're going to say 25 years until she can afford a house.
And then on the way, the mum and the lawyer are together now. Like they get together at the end of the trial.
Equity.
Yeah. They're going home, and then Chris is like, "Oh, I've mapped out this route for you. There's going to be no traffic if you take this route on the way home." Like, oh, fair enough. So they're following the route.
For sale.
They're following the route, and then they stop at a light, and then the daughter is like, "Oh shit!" and she gets out and she runs into this house, and the door's open for some reason, and she runs in and she goes upstairs, and they're like, "Why are you in this house?"
Trespassing?
Yeah, but
Just because the
luckily
door's open, you can't
it's
run.
for sale.
Was there a board?
Yeah, there was a board. It
Like,
was
she
for sale.
declared it for sale. After
And
she
she's like,
shot
"Oh,
everyone in their living room."
it's exactly how I imagined." And then they're like, "I guess we're buying this house." So they buy the house, and
Man,
the daughter gets the
fuck
gift.
this movie, man.
And then everyone's Christmas spirit is
Nah,
restored
Fuck this
because
movie.
they believe in Santa now.
No.
Okay.
And Macy's is a good, because Macy's starts sending people to other stores. The other stores start sending people to Macy's as well.
This is
So it's
stupid.
just
This is
everyone's sending each
stupid.
other to everyone. So
This
no
is
one's
the
actually
worst.
buying anything. Everyone's just going from store to store and being sent
This is like
from
a
one store to
weird
the next.
non-capitalist dystopia where no one actually does this in real life.
Yeah,
It's like crypto stocks.
yeah. So yeah, that's a
That's
Miracle on
that's-
34th
that's
Street.
Stupid.
Okay.
It's interesting.
It could actually be a good movie and could just be your explanation. That was all over the place.
Apparently, it's a very popular movie.
People still watch it to this
Yeah.
day, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
The remake was
Let's go
similar
through
to
these
this.
questions.
Yeah, the 90s remake was very, very similar to this.
But I think it's an 8. I think it's an 8 out of 10 for
Is it?
Fucking
well, 8 out of
hell.
8
So
for
Christmas centrality,
Yeah.
would the story fall apart if Christmas was removed? Probably.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
Santa Claus.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Christmas themes. Are there Christmas themes associated with this movie? Generosity, family,
Yes.
Yes.
miracles.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Christmas aesthetic. Is
Yes.
it
Yeah.
Next?
It's-
during Christmas?
yeah.
Yep.
I think it means all.
In New York
Christmas
as well.
message.
Yeah.
It's message
Yeah.
aligned
Gotta
with
believe
Christmas
in
spirit.
Santa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a home run.
Cultural adoption.
I think people watch it.
Yeah.
I think
As
people
you were
still
saying.
do. Yeah.
Was it released during the holidays
No idea.
Probably.
of
Probably.
1940?
Surely.
1947.
It's got to
Yeah.
be.
It
There's
was
no point
released
releasing a
on-
Christmas movie like in the middle of summer for them, like June. That
Yeah.
would make no sense.
It was released. Initial release date was June 11th, 1947.
Right in the summertime.
What? Why are they trying?
So it doesn't get that one, but yeah, it's 7.
Yeah.
Gets everything
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
Really? But back then, did these movies run for ages?
Yeah,
It
they
probably
were-
ran.
would it
it
ran
probably,
up to
Christmas?
It would have
Yeah.
ran into Christmas easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember, like, as a kid watching this, having a really nice feeling of it, and then watching it again as an adult, and I'm like, oh, actually, I side with the opposition. Like, I side
Yeah.
with the people trying to prove him false.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, yeah,
Because if someone kind of says they're Santa, they're probably mentally ill.
Oh,
Like, yeah.
you know what they use in the court case in the remake? You know what they do to prove he's Santa Claus?
No.
It's the lamest shit.
Is it worse than this? Because
It's
this was
like-
pretty bad.
Yeah, it was like he was about to lose. The opposition lawyer is like a hardcore atheist, grey suit dude who's like, nothing in the North Pole. Got a military journal who's flown over there.
Yeah.
There's no evidence of like gravity-defying reindeer. Like, he actually brings a reindeer into the courtroom and says, make it fly.
Mm.
And he's like, I can't make it fly. It's like, see, there you go. It's not Christmas Eve. And everyone laughs. And it's just like, this guy's clearly crazy. At the end, the lawyer, the dude, basically just like slips a $1 note to the judge in a card, like Christmas card, from the girl. And he circles the "In God We Trust," the Republican motto that they attached in 1954 after the communist war was becoming a threat. All notes in US had "In God We Trust" to separate them from the godless communists. So he circles that, and the judge has this like weird epiphany, like, oh yeah, we've written "In God We Trust" on all our banknotes. So if we can believe in God, we can believe in Santa Claus. Therefore, he's Santa Claus.
Oh, okay. That's worse than this.
That's worse
That's-
because it's
yeah,
like
I think
it's-
that's actually more of a logical conclusion.
no, because
Than getting mail.
because in
You
19,
believe it's true though. It's
No,
a lo-
because
it's a
in
pure logical
1947
conclusion.
in
If you can believe
1947,
in God, you can believe in Santa. That makes sense.
but the "In God We Trust"
This
is like
fucking
it was
UPS bullshit that is going on. I don't know what the hell.
It wasn't even there in 1947. In 1947, the notes all said like "E pluribus unum." So like that argument is like, oh my god, I was cringing at it when I saw it.
No, I love it.
Yeah.
I'm going to use that argument.
Staying on the same topic as Santa, I guess, I am talking about a Netflix film. It was number 2 on the top 10 Netflix movies this weekend,
Oh, nice.
only beaten by the Knives Out film that just came
Oh
out.
shit!
Wake
True.
Up Dead Man.
I need to watch
Yeah.
that.
So obviously it's quite popular this weekend. It's called My Secret Santa. It's directed by Michael Roll, who is quite famous for making Christmas movies on Netflix. So he did all of the Princess Switch movies with Vanessa Hudgens. This one is starring Alexandra Breckenridge. If you've seen Virgin River, that show on Netflix, she's one of the main characters in that. And Ryan Eggold. Apparently he was in... I saw him and I'm like, this guy looks really familiar. He was in New Amsterdam and The Blacklist. But anyway, it's essentially a twist on Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh.
Mrs. Chris Fire.
But sort of
That's
the...
bad. To cut
Yeah.
that out.
This is trying to make a joke. Yeah.
So what it's about is the main character, is it Natasha? No, Taylor. Taylor is...
You're asking me this question. I don't know.
Taylor is a single mum, so she's got a 15-year-old daughter who's really passionate about snowboarding. So when they first introduce the characters, Taylor just gets fired before Christmas, so she works at a bakery or something, and apparently they're not selling as many cookies as they usually do. So
the cookie shortage.
she gets fired just before Christmas, and then just as she gets home, her daughter gets admission into a snowboarding academy at a ski resort, and she looks at the fees and she's like, "Oh, that's a lot of zeros," and they don't actually say how much it is, but lots of zeros.
It was $100. 1 0 too many.
So she urgently needs to get a job. So she has a couple of interviews, isn't successful. She starts selling stuff around the house. So she goes to the record store and she has all these records that she has at home. And she's asking the guy, how much will you give me for these? And he's like, $1 each. And then this gentleman walks in. So Matthew, who's the main male lead. He's like, oh, I know this record. This is like a genuine antique. Like this should be worth more. And it's for a band called Screaming Kittens or something. And it's like, oh, the main lead singer in this was amazing. Like she was from this town, and I wish we could meet her. And then turns out Taylor was the main lead singer. So she was part of this band, but they disbanded after she had a daughter. So then since then he asks her out for hot chocolate. She's like, oh, where's the closest hot chocolate? What's the best hot chocolate we can get out of here? And she's like, no, I'm not interested. Goes away. And then they go back to the admission fees. And turns out that if you're a employee of the ski resort, you get 50% discount. So then she goes to the ski resort and she's like, can I get a job? She just goes to the guy at the reception and she's like, can I get a job at the ski resort? And he's like, no. Like, he's just a random guy that works there. It's like, no, we don't have any openings. You can't get a job here. And as she is walking out, the general manager's on the phone. Turns out their Santa that they have at the ski resort just resigned. And they need a Santa for this year. So she hears the general manager and it's like, oh, can I apply for that role? And it's like, no, not unless you're an old man that can play Santa. And she's like, oh, well, obviously I can't do that. Turns out Taylor has a brother who does makeup and disguises and stuff, similar to Mrs. Doubtfire.
Mrs. Doubtfire, yeah.
So she goes to him and is like, you know what? Do you reckon you can make me look like Santa? So he designs a whole outfit, like the whole suit, everything, makes her look like an old man, essentially looks like Santa. She gets into disguise, goes for the interview, gets through, and turns out the owner of the ski lodge, his son was this man that she met at the record store.
Nice.
And this guy, he doesn't have any responsibility. He's been traveling around the world. Apparently he has like the police in Italy are after him because he like drove some car really fast and has heaps of fines or something. So his dad's like, I've had enough of your stuff over the years. It's time you be responsible. You take ownership of the ski lodge this Christmas and sort of manage all the events. So now this man is managing, essentially this Santa's manager.
Right.
So, and then he sees her as Santa Claus. He's like, have we met before? Like, even though she's in complete Santa outfit. I feel like we've met before. And she's like, no, we haven't met. And she keeps sort of avoiding him. And then they start having these Santa, like kids start coming and she starts playing Santa. And similar to the guy in your movie, she starts telling them, like they ask for like a certain toy. This guy's like, I want an electric scooter. And she's like, I know your mum, she's a waitress. She can't afford an electric scooter. Why don't you get a sweater instead? So she
so just literally it redirects the choice. Instead of just telling him where to get it, it's like, no, you want this.
And the whole town starts like saying, oh, the Santa this year is terrible. Like, don't go to the Santa at the ski lodge. It's terrible. And they start getting all the bad reviews online and stuff. And then Matthew has a conversation with Hugh. So she calls herself Hugh as Santa Claus. And you got to do better. Like, we're losing all of our customers. And meanwhile, she gets the discount for her daughter. So her daughter's joined the ski academy. She's doing all of her stuff. And the general manager that was initially calling to get someone in as Santa, she's also secretly sabotaging Matt because she wanted to become the sort of manager of the ski lodge.
Right.
But obviously his dad just gave it to him. So she's like, I got to make this guy look bad. So she keeps sabotaging him and like sending him meeting invites for like an hour later than they actually are. So he's missing all the meetings. She's giving him all the wrong information. So he's made to look really bad. And she also starts saying, oh, wait, this Santa seems a bit weird. Like, where did this guy come from? Do we do a background check on this guy? And meanwhile, Hugh starts doing better as Santa. So he starts actually sort of resonating with the kids and actually telling them what they want. And they start having a better time. And then suddenly he's the most popular Santa in town again. And everyone's sort of queuing up to see him. And this is when this other lady, I think her name's Natasha, she starts doing a couple more background checks, finds out that this Santa Claus is actually a lady because she puts her address in and her license number. So she does a background check and figures out, oh, it's not even a man. And then at the
multiple people living at the same address. Logically, it doesn't make sense, but okay.
potentially,
I don't think we should be looking for logic in this movie where a woman dresses up as
But I'm
Santa to
also
get a
like, but you
job.
can't look up addresses and be like, no, the person has to be female. Like that's ridiculous. That's such a crazy conclusion to come to.
Meanwhile, so her
makes
daughter
no
has a bit of a subplot. So her daughter
I
joins
can't
the
listen to the
academy,
rest of this movie after that.
and her daughter immediately gets bullied for some reason. Like she just joined, and there's this like bully, and she just starts bullying her
Probably
straight
deserved
away.
it.
And so her daughter goes and meets Santa Claus. So she goes and meets her in disguise as Santa Claus, and the daughter doesn't know that she's doing this thing. So she meets her in confidence, and she asks her, "What do you want for Christmas?" as Santa Claus. And then she's like, "You know what? I want my mum to start dating people. Like she sacrifices so much for me over the years. So I want her to date someone." And she knows about this Matt guy that's trying to go on dates with her, but she keeps turning him down. So then she thinks about it and she's like, "You know what? I'll give him a chance." So they do go on a hot chocolate. They start bonding. And then he invites her to the end of year function where his dad will be there. And it's kind of like this big thing where all the investors will be there.
Right.
And he's like, I'll introduce you to my dad. And, you can also meet Hugh.
Yeah,
And,
that's what I was thinking.
she's like, "Oh, wait, I can't." She says yes because she's like, this is the first date thing, and she can't turn him down. But then she can't also turn down Hugh being there because that's literally her
her
job.
obligation. Yeah.
So you can guess what happens. She gets her brother to basically sit in the toilet, the male toilets.
Right. And just change her up every time.
Just change her up. So she's like switching in and out.
Yeah.
Change her up. And while this is happening, so just before this function, Natasha knows about this secret.
Right.
So she hasn't told anyone yet. She was going to do it in the function
Right.
and sort of like reveal the secret. So a couple of switches happen and they start to notice, oh, wait, Taylor's never here when Hugh's here.
Yeah.
And Matt's trying to introduce her to Hugh.
Right. Yeah.
And they're never there at the same time. And then she finally comes in as Santa Claus because there's all these kids and she needs to give out presents. And just when she's about to do that, Natasha's like, she's a fraud. Like, this guy's a fraud. Do you know who he actually is? And she's about to say it. And then someone runs in from the resort and they're like, is Natasha here? Her daughter just had an accident on the ski slopes. Like she's about to get admitted into hospital. And then she breaks out of character. So she's dressed up as Santa Claus at this stage. She immediately breaks out of character and just runs out, calling for her daughter. And then everyone sees, like, she goes out and her daughter's getting put into an ambulance and everyone sees her and she takes off the disguise and they see that she's a woman. And
right. The illusion is broken.
But at the same time, the bully that was in like one scene, that bully is the daughter of Natasha.
Oh, the woman who was trying to out her. Yeah.
And then this bully also has a conversation with Santa Claus and he asks her, like, what do you want for Christmas? She's like, I just want more time with my mum. Like, she's always working, etc. And they have like a heartfelt conversation. And then she realizes that she's the mum of this girl that she's been bullying, so she feels bad about it. So that's another subplot that's happening.
But it was her daughter that ended up in the ambulance, or it was the Santa Claus's.
The Santa Claus's daughter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the bully like helped the daughter get into the ambulance, and she's the one that called the ambulance and all that. So she sort of helped.
For a second, I thought she caused the incident or something. No, that's different. Yeah.
So basically, everyone knows that she's Santa Claus now. She gets fired. Obviously, his dad hates her, and it's bad reputation for the whole company, etc.
Yeah.
And then, basically, Matt's like, I should give her another chance. And Natasha also starts seeing, actually what happens is his dad blames Natasha for it because he's like, you were supervising my son. This happened under your supervision, so this is your fault. But then Matt takes responsibility for it. He's like, no, she didn't do anything. It was all me, even though she was sabotaging him the whole time. So she realized, she made a mistake. So she makes up with Matt. She also gets Taylor back. So there's like a final end of year thing where they like light up the Christmas tree and they get her back and they make up on stage. So essentially Matt's making a speech. She just turns up as Taylor, not as Santa Claus. And everyone knows this. And she walks on stage and they make up and it's all good.
All Santa Clauses in costume though? So what's the big deal? It's not like she's actually Santa.
Yeah.
Like all Santa
I think it's
Clauses
because
are.
she pretended to be a man. Like she faked her
Okay.
identities to get the job, I guess.
To be like a charming old
Yeah.
man.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Which
So
Yeah.
essentially,
Yeah.
That sounded terrible, that movie.
yeah, and that's basically
it's essentially
even-
the Mrs.
it's
Doubtfire.
even pissing
reverse
Remy off. He's
Oh,
biting the
it's the
But-
same as Mrs. Doubtfire.
it's
Yeah.
basically, except
Yeah.
it's nowhere near as funny.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, and then at the end, she gets the band together, so she starts singing again because that's her actual passion.
Right.
Um,
right.
What do you
and
rate it out of 10?
5.
Good. That's an appropriate rating.
Yeah, but it's a Christmas movie, and
No
like
excuse.
I think the
No excuse.
chemistry between the lead pair is pretty good. But
Nice. I'm guessing they
Yeah.
stayed together, the dude and
yeah, so they stay together
In real life.
Yeah.
In
Oh, there's
real
also this subplot
So
where
much chemistry.
she's living in this apartment building, and the landlord keeps chasing her for rent, but then she sees her
You
once
smell
as
it, bro.
Santa Claus, and for some reason she's really into him as Santa Claus, into her as Santa Claus.
like a
She's
romantic
like this older lady, and she's like wants to get together with the.
Yeah.
And she says like she's the dad of Taylor, so she's like, "Oh, I'm Taylor's father."
right.
And she keeps coming up to her apartment every now and then. And is like, "Is your father at home?" Like she keeps trying to hit.
That was
on.
literally lifted from Mrs. Doubtfire as well, because she says that she's Daniel's sister in
Yeah.
the movie. And every
Yeah,
time the
that's right.
welfare check person comes along, it's like, "Oh, your dad, you're living with your brother in the same house? Weird." It's just like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like that. That's still weird.
Yeah. And then she finds out that everyone basically in the town finds out that she was dressing up, and
Oh
then
gosh.
it's really awkward between her and the landlord again because essentially she was pity on her. But the whole movie ends. They're together. The daughter's happy. She's done a snowboarding thing.
She got
So
a Christmas wish.
Yeah,
Of a
so
mother dating
everyone's
again.
everyone's happy, and that's the end.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I predict he'll get 2 out of 8 points. Let's see.
All right.
What on the Christmas
No,
checker?
it's during Christmas.
During Christmas, dressing up as Santa Claus is a common theme.
Yep.
Tim Allen has a similar movie series where he's essentially Santa Claus.
He
but
is
he
Santa
dresses up
Claus.
as
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a famous one, right?
Yeah.
The Santa Claus.
the Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know Tim Allen went to jail for
Yeah.
smuggling cocaine for 3 years?
Mm.
Jeez, for what? For whom?
Some cartel, I'm sure. And then he became an actor.
So Christmas centrality. If Christmas is essential to the plot, I mean, she's
Yeah.
Santa Claus, so yeah.
Yeah.
Christmas themes, family, redemption, generosity, miracles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Family.
Yeah. So probably a 2 there.
Like his kidney is poor.
Is it set during Christmas? Yes. Christmas message, kind-heartedness, togetherness, gratitude. I guess so. Yeah. Cultural adoption. I mean, it's just come out, so it's hard to say.
I predict no.
No, I would say no.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Hell
Let's
no.
give that no.
Gotta wait till it
Not
becomes a
after
classic.
that summary. That's an asshole.
And then holiday release, yes, because it just came out 2
Yeah.
weeks before Christmas.
How many points is that?
It only didn't get points for cultural adoption, so it's a 7
7.
out of 8.
Oh,
Same
shit,
as
man.
Miracle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So my Christmas review is on Man vs. Baby by Rowan Atkinson. So this is a follow-up to the 2022 Man vs. Bee. I think that was a TV show as well, wasn't it?
On Netflix. Yeah.
like probably a short 4-part series or something.
I remember the episodes were really short.
Yeah,
Mm,
and
yeah.
same with this one. They're like
Yeah.
half-an-hour episodes. Honestly, I wasn't kind of expecting much from this movie. I just kind of put it on while I was eating lunch today, and I forgot how good Rowan Atkinson can actually write. He's very good at just like he's good at like quick dialogues and creating scenarios that are just stupid and funny. And I just kind of forgot that he could do that. I did forget that he was the Mr. Bean. right?
Considering Mr. Bean doesn't even talk much. So it's
Correct.
Yeah,
Exactly. Mr.
yeah.
Bean's like the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. So.
yeah.
And so so it's 4 episodes. Essentially, it revolves around this story. It is kind of continued on from the theme that was in Man vs. Bee, where he's like I think he's like a house sitter or something, and he's also a house sitter in this. But in this, he's kind of having a bit of a depressing Christmas where he's unable to meet his wife and daughter who need to go to Barbados instead of coming to him, and he's stuck in some cold as hell northern English town. And then he's helping them do like a nativity scene in the school that he works for. and then he just gets fired. He's like does everything for them, but also is told that this is his last day. And they're like, it's been years. How long have you been working here? He's like 7 months. And they're like, oh shit, feels like it's been so long.
I feel like there's always a common thread. The lady gets fired just before Christmas in mine as well. So maybe it's a thing. People get fired before Christmas.
So, and then what happens is essentially what starts the kind of series of events is, for some reason, they want a real baby to be in the manger as part of the nativity scene, to be like baby Jesus. And so they get someone to drop off their baby, which first of all kind of seems stupid. Like, why wouldn't the mum be there? But someone drops off the baby and doesn't even stick around. And so they do the whole nativity scene, and he's like the school caretaker or whatever. So he's supposed to they just tell him to do everything. So they tell him to return the baby, and they just can't get in contact with the mother. So he's essentially in charge of this baby, and he's like, shit. So calls like Child Protective Services, calls everyone. People are trying to get to him, but in the meantime, because he is fired and he's kind of running, he can't pay his bills, etc., etc. He's kind of struggling financially. He gets offered a really lucrative house sitting gig in London, so he has to leave, and he has no choice but to take this baby with him
To London.
And he tells social services, and they're like, yeah, it's fine, just contact London when you're there instead of, because this is the country.
Jeez.
I'm just like, okay, well, this is a bit unbelievable, but anyway, so he ends
So the
up.
mum just left?
Well, we don't even know. The first scene, you just see this baby on the doorstep. Essentially, it's the baby's been abandoned. But so yeah, he's taking care of this baby, trying to get rid of it to social services / the police, while also making it to this house sitting gig. And this house sitting gig ends up being like this really luxurious apartment in the penthouse in London. And so throughout the 4 episodes, it's just essentially, Rowan Atkinson essentially playing this character where he's a bit stupid. He loses the fob to the penthouse. He leaves the baby by itself in the penthouse. Doesn't have nappies. Uses really expensive clothes to use as nappies. He just clearly doesn't give a shit. But it's just a whole series of unfortunate things. But they're all pretty funny. And there's certain scenarios that I actually kind of did laugh out loud at. So, and it's kind of set around Christmas. So the last episode is on Christmas Day, and so it's got. I'm not going to explain kind of everything. It's probably just worth watching casually when you're at home. But yeah, there's no real plot to it. It's just random things happening, and just things unfortunately hitting him, and just real random crap happens. But it's all pretty. I think it's all pretty casual. It's a good casual watch. I wouldn't say it's not the best thing I've ever watched, but it's actually quite. I was impressed with it considering I had no expectations when I went into watching it.
I'm guessing there's a resolution with the whole baby and mum.
Yeah, right. At
thing.
the end, it's classic where he's house sitting for these guys that are supposed to be coming back. They're it's a rich German family, supposed to be coming back to this penthouse. And so he sets up the whole apartment for Christmas dinner and does everything that goes beyond, and he's spending $1,000 on this Christmas feast as he was supposed to, not his own money, but their money to get them ready to come in. And then they end up going to New York. So then he has this Christmas feast, and all these people he's met throughout the last 3 episodes just randomly come in. So it kind of becomes this wholesome, everyone just gather around, we'll just kind of enjoy Christmas. And then his family end up not being able to go to Barbados and end up coming to visit him in London. So it kind of becomes wholesome at the end.
Nice.
And then social services finally rock up and he's able to give the baby back.
Jeez.
But at different points, it's kind of funny, at different points, the baby just he's a bit of an idiot. So he puts his baby in a bassinet, but the baby's mobile. The baby can walk and crawl out. Baby just leaves. Half the time social services or the police rock up and he's talking about baby and doesn't know what the baby's name is, so he keeps calling it baby Jesus.
Yeah.
And so at various points he's yeah, I've got baby Jesus here, and the baby's not there and he can't find the baby, and they're just this guy's clearly mental and we're just going to leave him alone. And so at various points when he could have actually given the baby away, these guys have just concluded that he just needs
He's
help.
crazy.
And he's
Psychiatric
crazy. So they just
evaluation.
keep bailing on him. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a common thread of psychiatric
Psych evaluations.
evaluations
Yeah.
going on.
Exactly. I think this one's legit. The way he's presenting himself. But I don't know. So let's look at these questions. You posted them in the group, didn't you? All right. Would the story fall apart if Christmas was removed? Absolutely not. So that's 0 points. Yeah.
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 Apart from the baby being part of the nativity thing,
I don't think you can
That's
take
not
that out.
central.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah. And,
Like, you wouldn't have got the
the family
baby.
was going out. It could be Easter, for example, right?
yeah.
You
Could
could do
be
it in Easter. Yeah.
Could be
Nah,
Halloween.
There's no nativity.
Could be Thanksgiving.
Oh, you mean for a baby though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Like it could be
Not
it could be
nativity. I mean,
anything,
like the family could have gone on vacation during Easter and be like, oh, you know,
Correct.
it's
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Yeah, I think it's ultimately not central to the point.
yeah.
I'll give it 0. Does the movie explore themes traditionally associated with Christmas? I reckon actually yes. Towards the end, they kind of do.
Yeah.
Christmas aesthetic test. Yeah, there is quite a bit of Christmas iconography and there's a lot of Christmas tree and Christmas shopping stuff that they're doing in
Snow.
London.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's London, so they got a bit of snow. So, yeah. So what's that? That's like, is that 1 point? No, wait. Oh, there's more questions?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Read more. Christmas message. At its heart, does the film deliver a message aligned with Christmas spirit? Yes, towards the end it does. Cultural adoption test. Does the movie become part? No, I mean,
No.
just come out. And
Yeah.
I don't think it really will.
Mm.
Yeah, probably won't.
Yeah.
Holiday release. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was released during Christmas or in the lead up to Christmas. Yeah. Total score. So 1, 2, 3. Really 3.
Oh,
3
so
out
it's
of 8.
It's pretty low.
Pretty low. I reckon it's still the best one out of all the movies. I reckon it's probably the most entertaining out of all the ones. But it does have an
probably-
advantage that it's
yeah.
a series. Although if
Cool.
you put it together, it would only be 2 hours. So it's essentially as long as a movie.
Is it? It's so like
It's a half an hour
it's
episode.
episodic. Each episode.
Yes, 4 episodes. Yeah.
Yeah. I also feel this is like kind of like Rowan Atkinson's handbook of like skits that he did as Mr. Bean, because Man vs. Bee was a skit he did as Mr. Bean where he's having a picnic and a bee assaults him. Man vs. Baby, there's another one where he's got
there
a
is
baby
one
at
with
the
a
park.
baby, isn't there? Yeah.
And he puts him in the
yeah.
like postman pat machine for like 20
Yeah,
minutes.
and like
Yeah.
roller
Remember,
coaster. Yeah, he does all this
Yeah.
stupid shit.
Yeah.
with the baby.
Yeah.
Remember that skit?
Yeah.
I feel like he's
yeah.
like taking these but like
And
extending
then
out the
extending
story,
it out for a
Which is-
feature length. Yeah.
which is interesting.
I
Yeah.
actually think that what he should do is he should just do he should bring back Mr. Bean. You could actually put Mr. Bean in these scenarios and it would actually become funnier.
Is there a Mr. Bean movie where he's got a baby? Or he goes to France? Doesn't he have a baby?
There's no baby though. It's
Not
a
a
kid.
baby.
There's a kid.
Kid.
Mr.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Mr. Bean
Yeah.
Holiday.
Yeah.
They get separated in the
That's a
train.
great movie.
That is,
That
yeah.
is genuinely a good
Yeah.
movie.
Willem Dafoe's in that, isn't he?
Yeah.
Will Dafoe's
He's
making
the
a
director
movie?
of that movie. He's the
What is
director
he-
star and like, yeah.
And he's just like, each scene is just like the biggest cop out. It's like, he's just saying these ridiculous things. And it's like in black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's out in Cannes. Where, all he wants to do is get to the beach. That is a great
That's a
movie.
great movie.
great movie.
Yeah.
I think
Well-
that's better than the Bean movie or whatever.
The
it's
Bean movie
called.
was like the Hollywood took over the storytelling and everything, and then this one was European film directed. But I think this series is like Rowan Atkinson is the producer
Yeah, he is.
and also
He
like the
wrote it.
story writer. He
Yeah.
wrote it. That's why I feel like it feels familiar. It's out of
Yeah.
his like playbook.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. I
It's
want to see
very-
what
it's
it comes
like,
up with next.
It's kind of, if you've watched, it's the Blackadder series, right, that he did?
Yeah.
So like the
kinda.
comedy in that is like, that's actually kind of different comedy, but he's very good at just like nailing short little segments that are really funny.
Yeah.
And he kind of brings that into this because there's dialogue, there's obviously dialogue in this, but I think more of it's more towards the Mr. Bean sort of kind of just funny situations with someone who's a bit incompetent doing stupid things. But
Yeah.
no, it's good. It's good casual watch. I would recommend it. I enjoyed it.
No, that's great.
Good shit.
Cool.
Awesome.
So if we were to rank the 4, I can volunteer my one to be the last one, but
I think it's you and then me probably. And then you and then you.
I reckon
Yeah.
my movie might be number 1.
Really?
better than
my-
Polar Express.
I reckon, yeah.
You reckon it'd
I
be
reckon-
better than Polar Express?
I reckon
it's
now-
tough between you
It's
two.
gonna be-
I,
it's
reckon,
gonna
I
be tough.
reckon you guys would watch it, and I reckon you'd I don't think you once you watch Polar Express, I don't think anyone's going back to Polar Express. I reckon you kind of even this one. I think it's still more
Would you
interesting.
rewatch
These
Man
days,
vs. Baby
I would
every
watch.
year?
I wouldn't watch Polar Express though.
No,
Fuck
you wouldn't. But I'm saying like Man vs. Baby. Would you watch that like as a Christmas
I
thing?
could
every-
watch it again. I
could
could
watch
watch
it
it again.
Okay.
The only reason I watched Polar Express again is because I haven't seen it since 2004,
True.
and because
And
you
here's the thing, I
reminded me
haven't
that
seen-
that it's weird.
I haven't seen
So-
Man vs. Baby either, so I think we need to see each other's stuff
Yeah,
and be like, all right,
And then next time.
yeah.
and then we need to re-review it. I
Yeah.
review Polar Express.
It just comes like it's dog shit. It's just like
No, it was good shit.
that's good. I think
Good
all
stuff.
all in all, I'm actually keen to watch the original Miracle on 34th because I haven't seen
I
it
think
properly.
it's better than your one. Like the
90s
the
The
newer
remake?
one. Yeah, it's better than the remake.
Cool. So that brings us to the end of another Christmas episode. Let us know if you've watched any of these 4 movies. Like I said, my one's number 2 on Netflix, so, you know.
Probably a lot of people have watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I
going to
think,
watch it.
I think more people are
Man
watching
vs.
my one.
Baby is also number 1. It's number 1 on something because that's how it came.
It's number
It's
1
not
for
on TV
shows.
shows.
For
Ah.
shows, and then
Mm.
this was number 2 for movies.
I think
Yeah.
out of all these, my one's been seen the most.
Probably.
Just because
well,
it's
it
been
has
out for longer. Yeah.
It has been out for like
Yeah.
70 years. So.
You could probably see it on archive.org because it's older than 50 years. So
Yeah,
No copyright.
it's
Is
on
that a
YouTube.
thing?
It's on
Yeah,
YouTube.
yeah.
Yeah.
if you go to
Ah.
archive, I bet you it's on archive.org. Like
Yeah.
free. You can watch it for free. Legally.
Damn.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Kireeti and Bhaskar, for coming on
No
again.
You're
problem.
welcome. Thank you for having us.
We'll have you back on. Obviously, we'll have you on before Christmas next year, but definitely next Christmas as well. We'll come back together for another Christmas special.
Absolutely. Well, Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Happy Hanukkah.
Christmas. And
When is Hanukkah?
I think it's before Christmas.
cool.
All
We'll
right, good times.
see you in the next one. I think we haven't watched Avatar yet. This will come out after
Ooh,
Avatar.
fire.
Yeah,
Fire and
we'll
Ash.
You guys are
we'll
fresh
watch
from
Avatar.
watching, what was it called? The movie that you watched today?
Duranda,
Duranda. Yeah.
which you can
Duranda.
see on our
Other channel.
Pi Silversoul channel.
You did it?
Mm.
You just reviewed it before?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
I
so
want to go watch the movie
catch us on that.
somehow. It's 4 hours long.
And how can they get in contact with the cognitive recalibration?
Yes.
cogrecal@gmail.com.
Yeah. And
Is it-
on all
is it?
platforms. Yeah. Cognitive Recalibration Podcast at gmail.com.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
And all other social media platforms at Cognitive Recalibration.
Yeah. So follow us on TikTok, Instagram. We're also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, so you can listen to us if you're out and about instead of watching us on YouTube. So cool. We'll wish you a Merry Christmas, and
Miss you.
we'll miss you as well.
Yeah.
We will miss you.
Yeah, and we'll see you in the new year.
And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.
Good night.